So today we're going to be talking about surface area in particular, which deals with three-dimensional shapes. So the idea of surface area, if you think of volume as what it takes to fill something, like to fill it up, surface area is what it takes to cover something. And generally the way that you get the surface area of most objects is basically you look at each individual side of the object and you basically add up the area of all of the sides or the area of all of the surfaces. So I have a pretty basic rectangular prism here. It's 3 by 4 on the front and 5 on the back. Again, to get volume, we'd multiply those together. 3 times 4 is 12, times 5 would be 60. But with surface area, we got to do something else. With surface area, we've got a number of different surfaces that we need to find the area of. So first off, we have this surface right here being the front. Okay, we have this surface up here being the top, and along with the top, mirroring that in this particular, in a rectangular prism, is going to be the bottom. And then we have the side right here. So these are three different sides, and most importantly, if we're going to cover this shape, it's going to have two of each of these. You're going to have the front and the back, the left and the right side, and the top and the bottom. Now, we can go ahead and look at this by determining, okay, well, what is the front? Well, the front is 3 by 4, so that's the front. The top, if you look here, this is 4, therefore this right here is going to be 4. And if this is 5 right here, then up here is going to be 5 as well. So we can say that this right here is going to be 4, and this is going to be 5. So our top and bottom are going to be 4 by 5. And then we've got our other side, which if this is 3 right here, then this over here is going to be 3 as well. So our other side here is going to be 3 by 5. And so this is what the whole shape ends up looking like. We've got two of these, which are 3 by 4. We got two of these, which are 1, 2, 3, 4 by 5. And we've got two of these that are 3 by 5. The surface area is going to be the total of all of these things. So right here, this is 3 by 4, so that's 12, which would mean this is 12. This right here is 4 by 5, so this is 20, which means this is 20. And this is, oh, I made that one too big. Let's go in and fix that right there. There we go. And this is 3 by 5. Oh, write it in a better color. 3 by 5, so this is 15, and this is 15. And so in order to get the surface area, we just add them all up. So down here we would have a total, this would be 12 plus 12 plus 20 plus 20 plus 30 plus 15 plus 15. So this is 24 total. This right here would be 40, and this would be 30, which would give us 70, 94. So we would add these up, and that would give us 94. And our surface area would be 94. Now 94 what? This is important. We multiplied these two things together. This is going to be in squares. So in this case, if we're just using this, we would say units squared. Or if this was inches, we'd say inches squared, or something like that. So that's how we go about looking at surface area. And rectangular prism's kind of the simplest version, because it's really similar on all sides. But we do the same thing. Imagine a triangular prism. What would we need to know? We need to know how far back it went, but we'd also need to know, okay, what are each of the sides of the triangle? And we might have, again, the triangle in the front, and then 3 different shapes going back. So there's a number of different ways that can look at. Now, one other thing I want to talk about here that's similar and related to surface area is the idea of a net. And a net is basically a drawing of the shape still assembled, but broken up. So, not like a 3D shape, but it's been rolled flat. And so the example I can give here is we had our 1, 2, 3, 4 and our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was like the top and the bottom of our last shape. Well, our next piece here is going to be 5 by 3, and it's going to be on both sides, 5 by 3, like that. Because what we're going to have here, this is our bottom, if we think of it that way. These are our two sides. And then we would need to go ahead and put the top on here as well. So there we would have the bottom and the top. So this is the bottom, this is the top. This right here would be the left, this would be, or the right and the left. Doesn't exactly matter depending on which way you turn it. And then if we're doing this, what we need otherwise on here is we need to have our front and our back. Because if we took this and we folded it up, it would essentially turn into a tube right now. And our front was 4 by 3. And normally you put them opposite each other, though. I mean, you could also have it be down here, down in this area as well, or something like that. You could even attach it on this side right here if you wanted to. But this would be our front and our back. And so this is the idea of a net where it basically takes everything we did with surface area but kind of lays it out into one shape to show how are they connected. And nets can be a useful tool, especially if you're trying to like design a box and you want to have a box that comes together and actually has everything fit together. You need to make sure that everything does that. If you've done any woodworking or anything like that, oftentimes when you're making a box, you actually lay it out like this to go, okay, does everything piece together? And that's the idea of what a net is.